The spotlight has a way of magnifying every moment, especially when it comes to global figures like Meghan Markle. Over the years, she has remained one of the most talked about personalities in modern public life, with every appearance drawing attention from audiences around the world. Her recent appearance connected to MasterChef Australia has once again sparked widespread discussion, but perhaps not in the way many expected. While some viewers saw it as a simple public engagement, others began debating what the moment meant for her public image, raising questions about perception, expectations, and the ever-changing standards placed on high-profile individuals. From the very beginning, Meghan's public journey has been shaped by contrast. On one hand, she represents a modern, outspoken voice, willing to engage with global issues and meaningful conversations. On the other, she exists within a framework of intense scrutiny where even the smallest moments can be interpreted in vastly different ways. Her connection to a globally recognized platform like MasterChef Australia added another layer to that dynamic. For many, it felt like an opportunity to see a different side of her, something more relaxed, more relatable. Yet, as often happens in today's media landscape, reactions quickly became divided. Some viewers appreciated the appearance for its lighter tone, seeing it as a refreshing change from the usual serious narratives that often surround her. In a world where public figures are constantly expected to maintain a certain image, moments of informality can feel genuine and humanizing. These supporters argued that stepping into a different environment, one focused on creativity, collaboration, and everyday experiences, allowed Meghan to connect with audiences in a new way. It wasn't about perfection or performance, it was about presence. However, others viewed the situation differently. For them, expectations played a significant role. When a public figure is associated with advocacy, global discussions, and high-level engagements, appearances in more casual settings can sometimes be misunderstood. Critics questioned whether such moments align with the image they had come to associate with her. Yet, it's important to recognize that these interpretations are shaped not just by the event itself, but by the broader narrative that surrounds public figures. In many ways, the reaction says as much about audience expectations as it does about the individual involved. This moment also highlights a larger issue: how quickly narratives can form and evolve in the digital age. A single appearance, a brief clip, or even a short interaction can become the basis for widespread discussion. Social media platforms amplify these reactions, turning personal opinions into trending topics within hours. In such an environment, the line between constructive discussion and oversimplified conclusions can become blurred. What one person sees as a positive, another may interpret differently, and both perspectives can gain equal visibility. For Meghan, this is not unfamiliar territory. Her public life has often been defined by a constant balancing act between authenticity and expectation. Every step she takes is observed, analyzed, and often debated. Yet, within that complexity lies an important question. Should public figures be confined to a single narrative, or should they be allowed the space to explore different aspects of their identity? Appearances like this suggest that there is value in stepping outside of established roles, even if it invites mixed reactions. Another aspect worth considering is the evolving nature of credibility itself. In today's world, credibility is no longer defined by a single moment or a single role. It is shaped over time through a combination of actions, messages, and the ability to adapt. For some, credibility comes from consistency, staying within a clearly defined path. For others, it comes from versatility, the willingness to engage with different audiences and explore new spaces. Meghan's appearance, whether viewed positively or critically, fits into this broader conversation about what credibility means in a modern context. The connection to MasterChef Australia also brings attention to the power of global platforms. Shows like this are more than just entertainment. They are cultural touchpoints that bring together diverse audiences. When a public figure steps into such a space, it creates an intersection between different worlds, one rooted in public service and advocacy, the other in creativity and everyday experiences. This intersection can be both exciting and challenging, as it invites audiences to see familiar figures in unfamiliar settings. As the discussion continues, it becomes clear that this moment is not just about a single appearance. It is about perception, expectation, and the evolving relationship between public figures and their audiences. Meghan Markle remains a figure who inspires strong opinions, both supportive and critical. Yet, that very dynamic is part of what keeps her at the center of global conversation. In the end, what stands out is not a question of credibility lost or gained, but the reality of living in a world where every moment is open to interpretation. For public figures, especially those as widely recognized as Meghan, there is no single narrative that defines them. Instead, there are multiple perspectives, each shaped by individual expectations and experiences. And perhaps that is the most important takeaway, that credibility, like perception, is not fixed. It evolves, it adapts, and it continues to be shaped by the conversations we choose to have. This story, then, is less about a single appearance and more about the broader landscape in which it exists. A landscape where visibility comes with both opportunity and challenge, where authenticity is both valued and questioned, and where every moment, no matter how small, can become part of a much larger narrative.